So what we'll do at this point is we'll demonstrate on how to export out a displacement map. So in other words, having a low poly cage like this will export out a model that has a low poly cage like this, but this displacement, these bumps here, will be actually applied to an image map. That image map carries the information of these sculpted bumps. Okay, so let's move over to File. Let's go over to Export. Let's go Export Model. And let's call this Elephant 3D Seed. In other words, means 3D coded. And we'll call this, Displacement Map Export Test. Okay, so let's save that out. And we have to select what we're going to export out. Now, right now, we don't have export color or specularity or anything like that. We don't have export displacement, which is what we need. So let's check mark that. And we can leave that as a bitmap if we want, or a target, or a PNG. Let's go with a PNG. And okay, let's just stay with that. And we can export out a normal map as well. The normal map will contain this information as well, but in a different way. It'll create an illusion if you're looking at it from a certain angle. So let's kind of visit that a little bit. So I think this is good. Let's keep this as export as low poly mesh, okay? Because this displacement map will be applied to the sub D mesh, which has this kind of resolution in it, but it will be simulated. It won't be a real mesh like what we exported out when we did the mid poly mesh. Okay. So let's click OK. So right now it's generating depth map. Okay, depth factor, save, okay. Now it looks like I think it's saved out the normal map. Let's, I'm gonna look in our objects folder. It looks like, yes. Okay, so it created it. Let's go extra large. Okay, so you can see right here it's created, where are we here? Displace test, 3D seed. Okay, so it's this one and this one that's created. I think I accidentally created these two. Yeah, because I think normal map might have been checked, but it's actually these two maps right here that were created. So this is the displacement map, and you see these little white things? That's the actual displacement that we painted, and that was like sort of that little ugly bit of painting I did on the trunk there. But anyway, so that this white represents the displacement in 3D space. So and what'll happen is any other like Lightwave or any other 3D program will take this white and gray information and it will add it to the model. So whatever shape the model is in, the gray is like a 0 point, sort of like the home base where it starts from. So, and then the white will actually physically add to it. And, or in this case, it looks like sort of like a light gray. So, and this was 3D seed. Okay, and this is the normal map. And you can see, zoom in here, these little funny looking dots here, it's the exact same thing except it's the normal map version of that. And if we look really close, whoops, trying to find what I drew on the trunk. I lost it. Let's zoom out a bit. There it is, right there. Yeah, you can see what I drew in the trunk of that. It's kind of harder to see in the normal map, but anyways, it is there. So basically what will happen is this map and this map that I've highlighted right here, those we're going to apply those to the low sub-decage in Lightwave. So let me go into layout and let's load object and let's grab the 3D seed displacement map export test elephant. Okay. Let's go camera, T for move, Y for rotate, T for move, Y for rotate. Okay, so I can still see that this is in I can still see this is in sub D mode. So let's go back to modeler. Okay, and let's hit the tab key. Okay, and hit S for save. And then let's go synchronize layout. Switch back to layout. Synchronize layout is to update the change we just made. Okay, and now the one mistake that it looks like I made is that I didn't. Yes. Now, if you remember what I talked about before, let me go back here and use source positions on sub-D objects. See, if you notice, our elephant looks kind of skinny looking. He doesn't look proper proportion. Let's open up a recent file of body only fixed. You see that the head and the body are more pronounced. The legs are actually physically thicker. And something looks a little off. The head kind of extrudes out more on the colored version. And things kind of started to round out. Let's look at the trunk. See, I think that same, yeah, it looks like that same problem is existing. Yeah, it's shifting. Yes, so that's something that I left out. So that's very important. We need to kind of go back and do that again. So let's clear this out. Close all objects, Lightwave. See, and that's just that one little thing that can throw your model off if you don't have that little check mark selected. And that's, like I said, it's important when you're working with sub-D style objects. So let's go back and let's go export model. And we'll save over top of it, elephant, 3D seed, export, map, tests. And, okay, let's go save, replace, yes. And export low poly, that's great. PNG is fine. And we're going to export out a tangent map and use source positions. Okay, perfect. Let's click OK. And okay, So that should be fine. Let's go back into Lightwave. Sorry, I'm going to load this up. 3D Seed. Okay. So you can see this is the low poly mesh. We can hit the tab key. Fix that. Okay. And we can go to, sorry, let me see if, no, okay. And we'll go send object to layout. Okay, let's go to camera. Just going to reposition our elephant.